Okay, so I, for the first time, attempted some of these new Molten Obsidian Keystones. I've got a system that works pretty well. I mean, you're probably going to have to make a bunch of adjustments or changes should some of these vary, but I managed to do 3 of them pretty much with the same team, swapping heroes around kind of thing. So this one here, the Fallen Solar Guardian melee reflect, so they're going to be coming from the left side. Basically they're reflecting any kind of melee damage, so we're going to be utilizing summons for those guys. Position 3, which is from the center of the top, spawns the Supreme Destroyer. They're like a big golem tank with super high defense. The Fallen Solar Guardian HP is increased by 200%, so it's just going to be really hard to burst them down with, try to use Cardinalian or something and burst them down. But so there's that, and it increases the Fallen Solar Guardian's reflected damage by 300%. So increase reflect. So like even using Catagrim will kill himself. Like pretty much anybody other than a backwards facing Cyrus, I found. And then the Inquisitor also restores HP for surrounding allies. Bringing in Cultist ESO for these stones. So there's the map. 1 and 2 down on the right hand side, 3 in the middle, and 4. So 3 is where you're going to get the big golem crusader, high defense. 4 is where the solar or the fallen templars are going, argent crusaders are going to be coming from. And position 2 is going to be the fallen solar guardians, and then you're going to get the Inquisitor coming from 1. So here's the team we're bringing in, and pretty much the same team for the other 2 keystones as well. I actually find these a bit easier than the other ones. I've been getting some just crazy descriptors on the different modes on the normal keystones. Like I can't even do the 4 golds or reds that I've got saved up. I managed to pretty much do every single one that I could. And then I'm going to have to figure out a piercer strategy. So anyways, we've got Anora Valesi. Now, very important here, Valesi gets covered under Narissa's inspiration because I've got Valesi in a pretty high crit damage. I got her 1 crit damage piece because she increases her attack by herself. So having Narissa's inspiration, Narissa here is in a full inspiration build, really helps her chunk down these. And Anora's got that extra range, so Valesi's minions will go and help attack there. As you can see, they're pretty much chunked down. Like, you don't even really want Cyrus hitting these guys too much because he will kill himself even. But no big deal there. Then we've got in the center mass there, we've got Valara Ezerith. And I run Malvira on the right because Malvira's got that ult where she blocks 6 people. Now, my Nastia on the right, I have her wrong, okay? What you want to do is place her in that bottom right tile facing up. You'll see in the other videos that that's how I have her there. But she'll work really well. Also, Talon, if you want to use Nastia somewhere else, take out those Crusaders, you can move Valesi and put Nastia where Valesi is, and then have Talon. So I'll show you that in the other videos. So the biggest hassle, the biggest issue here is definitely the Fallen Solar Guardians. So coming out of the position 4, the left side of the map there, they're definitely the thing you want to focus on the most. And yeah, Valesi just does it so well, and Anora also does well. So pair those two together, and life is good. So one of them started hitting Cyrus there, but that's no big deal. Nastia just really doing good things over there too, because those Inquisitors make it through. You're not. You might chunk one of these waves down, but then Valara's not getting her all back as fast. Ezrith is out of souls. La da 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 da. Life is hard, and Nastia triggers the enemy with the highest HP, so that's really, I don't know why she's going for the other ones there. That's really not what she should be doing. I think there's just too many demon soldiers chunked in there. Or no, he's already chunked down. That's what it is. So you definitely want to place her on that bottom right, you know, down one and over one to the right, facing up, and she'll take care of those Inquisitors quite a bit better. But when they're chunked down like that, Valar can pretty much finish him off, and Ezrith will whack him out, and then from there Malvira's got her ult, right? And then you time Malvira's ult for when Valar is just about to ult. So a little bit of give and take there. And Catagrim, obviously just the best tank in the game as far as taking sheer damage and survivability. If you use him where Cyrus is, though, he'll kill himself. He'll kill himself because he reflects damage, and then that damage is reflected back at him 300%. So if he's got 200k health, he's doing, you know, 200k damage, and that's reflected back to him. So keep that in mind. You're gonna want maybe even another melee fighter on the. Oh no, you can't. You can't. Not this time. Not this time. So either no tank or like a Cyrus tank, somebody in a high build with that doesn't scale off of HP also, because Malvira will also kill herself real fast. So there is that stone. And some pretty good rewards in these, although I was really hoping to see some divines for my summoning thing, right? But that's okay. That's okay. We got a variant gem, which those are absolutely money. Valesi, because of Nerissa, that's why Valesi's doing so much damage there. And I believe I show the gear here. So Ezrith is in attacking range, so I run him in SBA. One of the best Cataclysm for Ezrith. One of the best SBAs I got for Valara. One of the best Katas I've got for Neza, and the best Infernal Roar. Obviously, this is all the best gear. All the best gear I got. Pretty much have to run the best gear you got at this point. And there's that crit damage kind of. It's kind of a weak build on Valesi. You can build her stronger for sure, okay? And the Ireless build. And I believe that is about it. So, we'll go on to the second video here. Or the second keystone. Okay. Next keystone. We have... So, position 3... Priest of Thunder attacks last deployed, which wasn't too bad. Position 2, the Fallen Templar, so they're going to be coming out with the Inquisitor. The increases the Priest of Thunder's HP by 100%, so you can no longer have a fighter as your last place. You're going to have to have a tank, and then if your tank goes down and that thunder hits any fighter, the fighter's going to be going down. The Abyssal's Beholder HP increased by 200%. They're going to be spawning from the left side of the map, position 4. And the Abyssal Beholder does not enter the idle state, so yeah, you pretty much just have to kill these things, right? CC. Basically, you just got to kill these things fast enough, because they will walk through. They will walk through your tank, and then, I mean, unless you take one of the heroes from from the center cluster and kind of help them, like face Ezrith right or whatever. So here it is, the Fallen Templar, Abyssal Beholder. They're going to be spawning from position 4, and then waves 2, 3, 4, and 5 is going to be the Inquisitor. Priest of Thunder is going to be coming from the top, and Fallen Templar is going to be coming from the right with the Inquisitor. So same team, except we're bringing in Nastia instead of Cyrus, because we want Nazah here also. So the Abyssal Beholder's magic res is actually quite high, but Valesi has the stuns and Honora has the Winter's Bite, and then Nazah has stuns and slow. So pretty much set up, and hopefully basically they're going to do enough CC or whatever, because they do have quite a lot of HP. And yeah, Valara, Ezrith, Malvira, and Catagrim over in the center cluster there. And then Nastia, we got her. We're going to place her properly this time. Okay, going to place her properly this time. So there's Nastia. So see how she's placed on that tile facing up, and she's going to be just attacking the Inquisitor. Now, some of these keystones have these Inquisitors like restore their own HP, but they can be dispelled. So you're going to... Oh no! I did not notice that the first time around. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, we got a leaker there, but you can see how hard they are to kill. I mean, Nazah is about the best AoE physical DPS I can think of. Maybe Ardea worked better there, but that might have just been some bad RNG, because I ran this keystone probably 6 or 7 times before I was using Cyrus over there instead of Nazah, but they just walk right past Cyrus, so it normally works. Normally there will not be a leaker. Must just not have got that one stack of frostbite on that one beholder where we needed it. But everything's looking good here. Priestess of the Thunder just hitting Catagrim, so there is 0 worries there. And Nazah's ult's ready just in time. Again, Nastia taking care of business over there. But yeah, for when the Inquisitors on the right, when they restore HP or whatever, you just bring in Talon, and Talon seems to do enough damage out of Lord. You might have to put her in your best gear, but that's okay. She will handle the right and dispel those guys, and just about either kill them or just about kill them as they go up around the bend. When these Priestess of Thunder stack up 2 of them, I mean, that would be... You definitely don't want to get a few of those stacked up, even though... I mean, if you're not running Catagrim, you might run into some trouble. You can run a Cyrus there as well, but I find Catagrim just... He reflects some damage, and he's got that shield, that permanent shield, so... Pretty much just ease of access. He's just a carefree level 4 run, you know, carefree Obsidian level 4 red. No big deal. And he also provides shields for his surrounding allies and damage reduction. So Catagrim brings a lot to the table. He brings a lot to the table. I recently got him A1, and his A1 also, I think it's 20 or 25% defense reduction. So hopefully there wasn't 6 of these mythic chests. Hopefully that one beholder didn't stop me from having a mythic chest, because you want every last bit of rewards that you possibly can. Just kind of finishing off this guy here. You can see they're quite magic resistant, but they're quite physical resistant as well. So As long as they're not killing anybody, you're pretty much good to go. That is a shame though. My apologies on the 98%. My apologies. So here's where I got the shards. Or some shards. But I mean, there's some pretty good rewards there. Perfect augment gem. The damage, Nazaw, yep. Oh, no perfect augment gem there. I did get one. And pretty much the same gear. No reason to really change any of it. Nastia got her in a Hell's Lament. She seemed to just work best in Hell's Lament. Yep. Oh yeah, there's Malvira, Valesi, wireless. So there is the second keystone. Let's go on to the third. Okay, here's the third keystone. This one took me far too many attempts. I was having a real hard time with the Inquisitor regaining HP. When it says, you gotta really pay attention to these, right? Can be dispelled. So we'll go down. So position 4, we got the White Tower Scholar, bounce bullets. You really don't want them hitting your DPS because they can start to hit quite hard, and they do chain lightning. So, and if 2 of them stack up, it's pretty much GG for your healers or anybody you got on the tiles. The Inquisitor's HP is increased by 100%. So you could imagine when he's regaining 15% HP every 3 seconds, how hard he would be to kill. The Agent Crusader's HP goes up by 200%. I believe that's the Swarm. And the Baron Salem is the huge, hard-hitting tentacle head that comes from the top. So we're bringing in Talon instead of, well, actually we're bringing in Nastia and Talon, and we're leaving Cyrus at home as we do. And so White Tower Scholar, they're coming from 4. They're going to be coming down. You want to get rid of them as soon as possible. They'd have a lot of HP, but the Crusader, they're coming from 2. So they'll be spawning in with the Inquisitor, and then waves 2, 3, 4, 5 are all the same. You got the Inquisitor coming from 1, the Scholar coming from 4, then you got the Tentacle Head coming from 3, and the Tentacle Head does hit extremely hard. Okay, if you're going to be trying to use Cyrus there, I'm going to be honest with you, Cyrus might not be enough. Might not be enough. So, and you're going to need to, if they stack up double, Catagrim won't even be enough. Or, heaven forbid, triple. So you want to bring in Nastia, right? So a little bit different this time. We're going Valesi straight up, and then Ezra straight up. And you'll notice Ezra doesn't even really land a shot here. That's how clutch Valesi Nerissa combination can be. Okay? Especially with the exclusive gear and a good amulet for Valesi. So they're hitting for 130k. That's quite hard. It's quite hard. So we're not even going to give these towers a chance, because if the Tower Scholar goes down there and starts chain lightning, Nerissa's not going to be able to keep up, and especially if there's 2 Valesi, Nerissa are both dead. So this time we're bringing in Nazaw as well. On the right hand side, because we're using Ezrith over there. And pretty much business as usual. We're going to notice Talon. Talon's pretty cool, man. I mean, and so yeah, you got to read those descriptors, right? That can be dispelled. At first I thought it said it can't be dispelled. And then when I was like, well, it can be dispelled, I was thinking about bringing in piercers and how does Talon reach up top, because, you know, she's going to have to keep dispelling it, because if Talon doesn't kill him, by the time he gets around, he'll start regaining HP, and then it's all over. Well, I guess once they're dispelled, they're dispelled. That's it. That's all she wrote. So Thank heavens for that, because those guys really got a lot of HP, and they really do. If you got Nastia there, Nastia can literally ult into them and just them, and you can't even see the difference that Nastia makes. A5 Nastia to boot. So we're using Nastia for the middle this time, facing up, and really just going to help take care of these things, because like I say, they hit so unbelievably hard. I mean, I do have Ireless there. I think what I might have even done is swapped places from Ireless to Narissa. So you might get away with running a Cyrus, but if you don't have a hard-hitting Nastia and those tentacle heads stack up, they can really hit pretty hard. And look, I mean, they're regaining 1.5 mil every few seconds, so you need Nastia for, she puts out that 30% magic res, and then Valara and Nazar just hitting really hard. Because, yeah, you see, as soon as Nastia ults into them, they just die. And Talon over there just really putting in work, man. Right on, Talon. I like Talon. I've got Talon's exclusive, but it's minimum leveled, and I would like to use Talon for Matrix so I could run Nazar and Leia, but my Talon's just, she's not doing enough damage to warrant a Watcher's comp. So anyways, yeah, everything pretty much smooth sailing. You'll see, basically, I'm just, yeah, you'll proc. And if you do get these things stacked up, you see how I'm Malvira's ult, right? Proccing her ult, she's messing those guys up, bringing them off their chi, and just really desyncing everything. And life is good, no leakers, and then Nazar gets his ult back, and everything works out really well here. So Malvira gets her ult back again, and before anything can sneak by, just really messing up the ranks here. Sorry. Kind of a tight, but Malvira again, not letting anything through. You shall not pass. And this last tentacle head, really tanky. But there it is. There it is. 100 this time, right? Yeah. And some rewards. So really cool. We're getting the divines. Got a transmute gem there. That's pretty cool. And yeah, it's a good thing for these keystones, because at the end of the day, that was how I. And I think I even went for one divine here. I said, please. Oh, maybe I got 2. I didn't have 2, but I had 27 shards there. That divine, after this one, from the shards, was the divine that got me the Rosalia. And it got me my Legend Among Legends as well. So, pretty rough start to my day, but a pretty good afternoon, all said and done. So the gear, we'll go through it real quick, and it's all good gear, same gear. Yeah. So I hope that kind of helps a lot of you out as far as, you know, just who to use and who to place. I know it's not going to work with every single keystone, but with that very same team, you know, Cyrus, Catagrim, Nastia, swapping out Talon, whatever, what have you, it does work quite well. So yeah, that's about it. That's about all. If you stayed till the end, appreciate your time. Hope it helps.